record?
I do.
Without objection. Senator Hickenlooper.
I'm dying to weigh in on this discussion. As you know, back when I was a geologist, we would go to CERAWeek. We would go to the American Association of Petroleum Geologists, the Geological Society of America. They would always have these special dinners where you would have to pay to go to the dinner, and you would be there, and Republicans would pay, Democrats would pay, and they would talk to, or just people like me. I wasn't, back in those days, I wasn't much involved in politics, but you wanted to hear from the highest sources you could what the landscape looked like. And I'm a big believer in pretty much every opportunity to get more information out to more people. We do better. We do better as a country. Mr. Crane, let me start with you. Obviously, electrification is a key to this great transition, as we call it. We're going to need a reliable and robust grid if we're going to be taking full advantage of the renewable resources that we're bringing online. Oftentimes where we have renewable resources is not where we have the needed transmission to get those resources to where the demand is. We recently introduced our Big Wires Act that will hopefully make the grid more reliable. It'll connect that low-cost power to where the greatest demand is, whether it's from electric vehicles or whatever. Has DOE taken a close look, and maybe you could describe it a little bit, in terms of interregional transmission connectivity?
Senator Hickenlooper, thank you for your question. Thank you for your leadership in this area. From Secretary Granholm on down, the focus on strengthening, smartening up the transmission system is of the highest priority within the Department of Energy. The particular challenge of interregional transmission is first and foremost on our mind. It's a big part of what the transmission office is focused on. We're excited about some awards that are going to be announced in the next few weeks and as part of the transmission facilitation program, which was part of the bipartisan infrastructure law. And we look forward to your legislation, and anything we can do to strengthen the transmission system is good news for us.
And this basically is a catalyst and accelerates the investments we're making in other aspects, right, in the generation.
Precisely.
Great. I appreciate that. And you know, the other thing that, just finishing that last thought, we all, Republican, Democratic senators, all come to you all for these grants that are going out at breakneck speed. I think you guys are doing a remarkable job. The chair received a hydrogen hub grant of significant size. Colorado did not. I would argue that we are more than qualified. I can go down all the lists. But that's the key here is to make sure that we all have full access, which we all did. We provide the information. You have professionals helping make the best decisions we could possibly make. Who gets a loan? Who gets a grant? I think that's the nuts and bolts of this, is that these are complex issues where we're doing the best we can, and the best requires that we have access as much as possible to the people that are going to utilize these grants or these loans. Mr. Shaw, let me ask you a question. Your job, your office is responsible for seeking out and boosting the most promising innovations that'll help us on this great transition in energy. Critical minerals, I always call them essential minerals, but that's back, I'm dating myself when I got my master's in earth and environmental science. When we introduced Big Wires, part of that was really shone a bright light on that. You know, my geology background said that we had to dig deeper, that's pun intended, into critical minerals or essential minerals. How's the DOE working to build our domestic capabilities on critical minerals, particularly when it comes to processing and advanced manufacturing?
Thank you, Senator, for that great question. The Department of Energy has many different offices working on critical minerals: the Advanced Manufacturing Office, the Manufacturing Supply Chain Office, and then the Loan Programs Office was allowed to to invest into critical minerals through the Advanced Technology Vehicle Manufacturing Program for minerals that are related to EV batteries, and then out of Title 17 for other critical minerals. We have worked in collaboration with our partners at DOE, but also at DOD, where they have a Defense Production Act mandate to do earlier stage investigation. And so I think what we found is that the ecosystem around critical minerals really has to be built up. And so for those folks who are earlier stage, they're going to the Department of Defense. We really focus on the folks who are at the end of the process that are ready to start processing critical minerals. And so with that, we've issued a couple of conditional commitments, one for a graphite processing facility in Louisiana, where we're taking some of the highest quality natural graphite away from China and redirecting it here to the United States, as well as finding ways to get lithium out of the ground in Nevada. And we've also provided 2 loans to folks who are using next generation technologies on recycling existing batteries and old batteries that are spent. One was Redwood Materials in Nevada, and the other one's Li-Cycle in Rochester, New York. We have several $1 billion, about $7 billion of additional loan applications that have come in, and we work very closely with them, including referring them to other offices if they're too early for us.
Great. Well, thank you all for your public service. I realize these are tumultuous times around the field of energy, and I have great respect for your willingness to keep working at this despite all the tumultuous events.
Senator Hickenlooper, do you mind if your previous comment where you didn't ask a question was about Colorado's application in the hydrogen hub area? And it's I should have made a point to Senator Cassidy, which I'm now making to you, which is our goal with these regional hydrogen hubs is for them to expand organically, and there were lots of worthy projects. A winning project in Texas, which we'd like to see expand into Louisiana, a winning project essentially in North Dakota that we'd like to see expand into Colorado. I've already given that message directly to your friend and mine, Mr. Frenzel of Excel, that there is, this is the goal, is to create a national hydrogen economy as quickly as we can.
Right, a full-blown network. I understand, and I was really just trying to needle the chair a little bit about his hydrogen hub that he's so proud of. We are extremely proud. Thank you, appreciate it.